Hi, welcome to Spec Hunter. Samsung is back again. But this time, it's not just another flagship. It's a new kind of Galaxy S series phone. Meet the Galaxy S25 Edge. It's part of the Galaxy S25 lineup, but with a major focus on design. This one's all about being slim, light, and easy to carry. But in making it thinner, did Samsung cut too many corners? Let's take a closer look and find out if the Galaxy S25 Edge really lives up to the flagship name. The Galaxy S25 Edge sits next to the regular S25 and the S25 Plus in the lineup. But the first thing you'll notice about the Edge is how incredibly thin it is. It's just 5.88 millimeters thick. That's thinner than most smartphones out there today. It's also lighter than the standard Galaxy S25, even though it has the same screen size as the bigger S25. Plus, the weight and slimness make it feel almost unreal in the hand. It's light, but not cheap. It feels premium from every angle. Of course, making the phone this thin meant Samsung had to make some changes. Some features had to go. You won't find a telephoto camera here. The battery is smaller. The speakers are a bit weaker. And thermal performance isn't quite as strong as in the other S25 phones. But what Samsung is trying to do here is offer a full flagship experience in a super slim, super portable form. It's a new take on premium design. The back of the phone is made from Gorilla Glass Victus 2. That's the same tough material found on other high-end Samsung phones. The edges are made from titanium, which adds strength without extra weight. The metal frame meets the glass in a sharp, clean design. It's stylish but still feels durable. This isn't a fragile device, even though it's thin. Just like the rest of the S25 series. The Edge is IP68 rated. That means it's protected against dust and water. You don't have to worry if it gets wet or if it takes a little dip in shallow water. It's built to handle real-world use. Now, let's talk about the screen. The Galaxy S25 Edge has a 6.7-inch OLED display. It's the same size and resolution as the one on the S25 Plus. It's a QHD screen, which means the visuals are sharp and full of detail. Colors are rich and bright. It supports HDR10+, so you can enjoy high-quality video streaming with good contrast and vibrant color. Samsung also added a new type of screen glass. This time, it's called Gorilla Glass Ceramic. It's designed to be even tougher while keeping the display thin. The bezels are small, so the screen feels large and immersive. You get a lot of screen without a lot of bulk. One of the best things about the display is the brightness. In regular use, it can hit around 770 nits. But if you're out in the sun, the screen can boost up to over 1400 nits. That means you can still see everything clearly, even on a bright day. No squinting, no shading the screen with your hand. The display also uses LTPO technology that lets it change its refresh rate based on what you're doing. It can go as high as 120 Hz when you're scrolling or playing games. But if you're just looking at something still, like a photo or a static web page, it can drop all the way down to 1 Hz. This helps save battery without losing smoothness when you need it. Let's move on to sound. The S25 Edge has stereo speakers, one on the bottom and one at the top. They sound clear, but they're not quite as loud or full as the ones on the S25 Ultra or Plus. Bass is a bit weaker, and the overall sound feels a little flatter. It's not bad at all, just not as strong as the best in the lineup. To unlock the phone, you get an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner under the screen. It's fast and reliable. Just a quick touch, and the phone unlocks. You also get to storage options 256 GB and 512 GB. But there's no micro SD slot, so you can't expand it later. Pick the size you think you'll need. Now let's look at the software. The Galaxy S25 Edge runs Samsung's latest Skin 1 UI 7 on top of Android 15. If you've used a recent Samsung phone, you'll feel right at home. The interface is clean and smooth. You can customize almost everything. There's a dark mode, gesture controls, smart widgets, and more. One of the big features this time is Galaxy AI. This is Samsung's smart assistant built into the phone. It can help with translations, summaries, suggestions, and even editing. Photos. A new update on the S25 Edge introduces a visual engine. This lets you point your camera at an object, ask a question, and get an answer right away. It's useful for identifying items or looking things up quickly. Samsung is also offering long-term software support. You'll get 7 major Android updates and 7 years of security patches. That means your phone will stay up to date for a long time, which is great for anyone planning to keep their device for more than a year or two. Under the hood, the S25 Edge runs on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 Elite 4 Galaxy. This is a slightly boosted version of the regular Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. It offers a little more performance, especially in speed and graphics. In benchmarks, the S25 Edge scores very well right near the top. It's fast, responsive, and handles games and heavy apps without trouble. But there's a catch. Because the phone is so thin, it doesn't have much room for heat management. During long gaming sessions or stress tests, the phone gets warm quickly. Thermal throttling kicks in earlier than on the other S25 models. That means the performance drops a little bit during heavy use. Most people won't notice this during regular tasks. But if you push the phone hard, it might slow down sooner than you expect. Now let's talk about the battery. The S25 Edge has a 3900 mAh battery. That's smaller than the 4900 mAh battery in the S25 Plus. It makes sense, considering the thin design. In our testing, the phone lasted around 12 hours and 6 minutes of active use. That includes browsing, watching videos, messaging, and more. It's not amazing, but it's not bad either. It's enough to get through a day for most people. Charging is limited to 25 watts, and there's no charger in the box. Using a compatible charger, the phone goes from 0 to about 59% in 30 minutes. A full charge takes around 1 hour and 4 minutes. There's also support for wireless charging, which is nice to have if you like to keep things simple. Now, let's move on to the cameras. The Galaxy S25 Edge doesn't have a telephoto lens. That's one of the biggest trade-offs for the thin design, but you still get the same 200-megapixel main camera from the S25 Ultra, along with a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera that has a UTOF OCUS dot. In good lighting, the main camera takes excellent photos. They're sharp, colorful, and full of detail. Dynamic range is wide, so bright skies and shadows look balanced. Skin tones look natural. It's the same camera and processing as the Ultra, so the quality is very similar. Zoom is handled by digital cropping from the main sensor. At 2x zoom, the photos still look pretty good. They're not as sharp as regular shots, but they hold up well. The loss of a real telephoto lens might bother some people, especially those who like portrait photography. But for casual zooming, the results are fine. In low light, the camera struggles a bit by default. There is an automatic night mode but it doesn't always kick in. That means some low-light shots come out soft, noisy, or with blown-out highlights. The good news is that you can manually turn on night mode, and it makes a big difference. It cleans up the noise, boosts the contrast, and adds sharpness and color. The results look much better and are good enough for sharing or printing. The ultra-wide camera does a solid job in daylight. Colors match the main camera, and the photos are decent in detail. Thanks to autofocus, you can also take close-up shots without losing focus. That's a bonus. At night, the ultra-wide camera also needs help from night mode. With it on, the photos are cleaner, with better dynamic range and color. The front camera is a 12-megapixel sensor with autofocus. It's the same across all S25 models. Selfies look great. Skin tones are natural, there's plenty of detail, and dynamic range is strong. Whether you're indoors or outdoors, the selfies come out sharp and ready to share. When it comes to video, the S25 Edge is just as capable. The main camera can record in up to 8K. The ultra-wide and front cameras shoot in 4K. 4K video from the main cam looks excellent. It's sharp, smooth, and colorful. The electronic stabilization is top-notch, keeping your footage steady even when you're walking or moving around. In low light, the video still holds up well. There's not much noise, and the colors stay true. The contrast is good, and the footage remains sharp. The ultra-wide video is decent, though not as crisp as the main cam. But stabilization works just as well. And that helps a lot when shooting handheld. The Galaxy S25 Edge is a beautiful phone. It offers almost everything from the regular S25 models, but in a design that's thinner and lighter. The slim body feels modern and premium. It's easy to slip into a pocket or purse, and it's a joy to hold. But to get that thin design, some sacrifices had to be made. The battery is smaller. The speakers are a little weaker. Performance takes a slight hit when pushed. And there's no telephoto camera. For some people, these won't matter. But for others, they could be deal breakers. If you love the idea of a thin, light phone that still feels high-end, the S25 Edge is a great choice. But if you want the full flagship experience without compromises, you might be better off with the regular S25 or the S25 Plus. They give you more power, longer battery life, and extra camera features. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to check out our full breakdowns of the Galaxy S25 Plus and the S25 Ultra. We've linked those for you below. Let us know in the comments what you think about the Galaxy S25 Edge. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon button.